Not gonna lie, little under the weather today. Little under the weather. The boys passed that flu virus through the intercoms and the interwebs, gave it to me. Looked like shit, slept like shit, sound like shit. But damn, do I feel great. Damn, do I feel good. Because for the last 6 NFL contests, been taken down by a badge, bro. We had DFSTexas take down 28K. We had Carlos take down 12K. We had yours truly take down 5. And then we have Paul, I was inverted, take down 5 of his own. We had Numi with a runner-up for 2K. And then if you want to throw a little baseball in there, Nez took down the MLB on Thursday night. Man, by my count, what is that? That's 6 contests. That's like 30, 40, 55K from Underdog straight to the pockets of the badge bros, the badge brigade, baby. So we're putting people on notice now. We're going to start taking names. We're going to start cashing checks now because we are here to stay. And let's bring in the boys. How we feeling, boys?
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling a little sick. I'm just getting over my little man cold, but you know, I'm still like I'm like 75%, but super stoked that the boys are just like absolutely mashing in these streets these days. So that is dope. What's up, Numi?
Not too much. Yeah. The weather's hitting me too. I now I'm just feeling just crummy, cold, all that. But one thing that could make me feel a little bit better, anyone that's in here, anyone future watching, just want to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that good stuff for us. That would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, we'll just get the necessities out of the way before we get on with this long Monday show here of just success and winning. But yeah, we'll take a second when we can get it, huh? If it's gonna be second to you, I'll live with it. The killer lineup, I will say. Yeah, you ran away with that one. So
oh my god.
Yeah, we'll talk through some of these and bring them up. We had DFSTexas all lined up. Little technical difficulties for Tyler there, so we'll do the honorary winner's circle overlays and whatever. We'll talk through his lineup on his behalf. I was really interested to find out when it was drafted. So if he's in the chat or something like that, maybe you could drop it on us. But winner's circle Monday, nice to have friends of the show doing so well. A lot of fun this weekend. And let's just jump right in it. Here. I'm going to bring up everything we got going on. Boom. Let's see what we got. All right. So I just had this open from previous, just like my exposures. And I just thought like, oh, I can't click out of this because I know I can't get them back. So I just kind of left it.
Yeah, right? That's a good call.
But yeah, I mean, like Mixon was pretty high up for me, which was good. Obviously, that was one of Crane's shouts on the program on Friday. So props to him for that. And Leone was really high on him this week too. So I don't know. As soon as you see that these guys are kind of like fringe cash game viable, like you start feeling a little more confident in them, in taking them in these BR streets. So, I mean, I guess the biggest takeaway from this 96 entries this week, I mean, I got 3 points or 2 point whatever from Kyle Pitts. Amon-Ra flopped. Aaron Jones flopped. And we still found a way to get it done. So it's kind of not like a shout to me or whatever. It's just a shout to the process of, right? Like the way we build each lineup doesn't have to be consolidated around the exact same players over and over again just because we think they're the best plays. We got to, get a little unique elsewhere and whatnot there. Where did you guys find yourself land this week?
It wasn't great. I had 10 Mixon teams. I did 60 drafts, but like, yeah, none of the Mixon teams were the ones I needed. The one thing that I do like regret doing is I wasn't on this Packers Lions game. I didn't like the total at all. I thought that this was going to be really ugly. I mean, I didn't call obviously the Aaron Rodgers 3 red zone picks. I mean, so I kind of got like fortunate in the vibes of that game, but watching a lot of streams, seeing that Amon-Ra was just like popping in these cash game like optimals, I was like, well, dang, like I have to mix him in because I liked Aaron Jones. Like that was the only piece that I thought was like that could do it. So that was just like unfortunate. I had like quite a bit of Aaron Jones and he didn't get there. But it's just one of those weeks, man. No mixing, no cash, and you can't really sweat it too hard. It's just it is what it is. What were you thinking, Numi, whenever you were drafting?
Yeah, I mean, my portfolio you guys saw with Justin Jefferson over everyone. So it started out nice and hot, and then we decided not to. Basically, we didn't know how to play offense for 3 quarters until the end there, and then Jefferson had 3 drops, uncharacteristic drops. So the process was good. I was all over DeAndre Hopkins, who scored still. I was all over Devontae Adams. The one thing that I was sad with, I was over Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs a lot. I didn't decide to go one or the other. So I paired them a lot. That was the one thing I said I wasn't scared to do. That kind of hurt. So that hurt. Mixon was my 3rd highest running back. So awesome. that was pretty nice. I just kept clicking him there. I just kept saying, everything with the expected points. I will say a lot of the time he fell to the late, like the 5th, 6th turn, and it would be like you'd see a 21 ADP Joe Mixon sitting there. And I just kept clicking on that. And I did a majority of my drafts, like I would say 80 to 90% of that Saturday night and Sunday morning. And he just kept falling and falling and falling. I'm just like, well, I'm going to take it. And then, so luckily I saw, but yeah. So, I mean, the process was still fine. But
Your
Detroit,
internet's exploding, Numi.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just me. Damn.
No, it wasn't you this time, Ness.
Finally.
Give yourself a.
I think you're back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it just does that. I did the same thing for the Detroit and Green Bay. I wasn't the only thing I was doing, which wasn't in process work, was Aaron Rodgers Tunyon. I started working in. I was full fading Aaron Jones. Didn't have an Aaron Jones share until Sunday morning. Ended up with like 10, 15 teams or something like that. So I went against the process, which I shouldn't have. Could have had maybe a little bit more, but yeah. And all in all, it was pretty well. So I like the Aaron Jones call. This Ness's call about that off the board quarterback breaking the slate. I mean, Justin Fields wasn't totally off the board, but he wasn't being continuously talked about and clicked the way that.
Right. In hindsight,
that large score that you needed. So
well, it's what we talked about all week with this slate in general, was that we thought ownership would be densely consolidated around the top quarterback on the board and the top tight end on the board, and then everything else was going to be super spread. And Chad bringing up that, like, the optimal lineup, this was a very, very obtainable lineup. This optimal, the perfect we could have built was Tyreek in the 1st, Adams in the 2nd, probably then Walker, Mixon. That might have been a little tough to get together maybe, but early in the week. And then Fields and Kmet were free. And you could have had that easy little back stack there. And it just goes to show that, like, when we're so hyper-focused on the top, chasing these super teams and whatnot, like we were talking about the super team contest, for instance, the new $7 one, the 3-person drafts that they put up on, I guess it was Friday, and it was already filled by Saturday kind of deal, or Saturday filled before Sunday kind of deal, where it was like, just scroll deeper in those ADPs. Whoever's going to win that contest isn't going to be drafting what your traditional super team. They're not going to get all the picks in the first, like, 8, right?
Yeah. That was a fun little wrinkle that they threw out there just for fun. I thought that was cool. I didn't draft a lot of those because it felt like a trap. But you know what I mean? Like, it was like, there's no way that, like, the nuts will win, but it was still fun. And I like that Underdog is, like, experimenting with some of these different contests. I will say, like, the Mixon, a lot of my Mixon shares was like 4th or 5th round Mixon. Like, I got him whenever he fell, and I was like, oh, God damn it. Like, I need to take Joe Mixon. And so, and then I did, and then I wasn't building well enough around that. I think the mistake I made, just like, I won't harp on, like, me because I didn't really win, was that, like, I don't know. And it was just kind of like the slate. I don't want to, like, get to hindsight analysis, but I was really just like on Sunday, like Tyler said, DFSTexas, the Sunday drafts were, like, really kind of wild. There was a lot of like really like interesting rooms. And I was like, wow, like this is like where it's at. So I was hammering draft Sunday and just kind of like rotating around like the chalk running backs, and like getting Josh Jacobs. I was like, well, I thought that the game was an anomaly. So like, I thought that like the Raiders could smash him, and then like mixing in Ramondre, mixing in Kenneth, and then it just wasn't, and Joe Mixon just wasn't in that mix of chalk running backs, mixing in ETN as well, that it just didn't pay off. So, maybe just like being more intentional with my drafts is kind of like what I took away, and rather than just like hammering and rotating like chalk guys, like I was doing, even though it felt right.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. It was a very interesting slate like this where it was like, the GPP bros are back. Like everybody's like, yeah, it's going to be so flat. It's going to be all over the place. And then all the cash game chalk just smashes again, right? Like Fields was the cash game quarterback. Mixon was one of 4 running backs to play in cash. ETN was cash game running back. Ramondre, cash game running back. Like it's pretty crazy how this just keeps happening where the DFS cash shit just keeps smashing in our BRs for us. Yeah, so Tyler was going to join us here. This is interesting because I think this is the first time we've had a duped lineup in this contest to win this contest.
Yeah.
And it was a 3-way dupe. And it's interesting because in a 56,000 person contest where you're only drafting 6 roster spots, it's kind of crazy that we haven't had a duped lineup. And then when you look at this lineup, it's kind of like, how was this the duped one? Right?
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Like, I think it kind of speaks to like the, I don't know what kind of attribute you want to put on it, but I think that's what makes these contests fun is like, even though we're drafting 6-person super teams, 6-player super teams, we still don't end up duping each other for first. Like, I think that's like kind of like amazing. I don't know like what kind of takeaway you want to place on that, but I do think that's really neat. But yeah, kind of crazy that this was the dupe.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do you guys think about the lineup in general? Numi, what do you think about the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I was all over all of the pieces except Justin Fields, and Justin Fields was more of the 12-mans I was doing, and then I slowly started to work them in. But yeah, all over the pieces. So it's just something that I see, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's easily obtainable if you just get the right combos of them. I mean, had a lot of Hill, less than I needed to because of the Jefferson. But yeah, all over Devontae, all over Joe, all over Travis. I still bit the bullet with Ertz, and I just felt that he was a good floor, and I reached him in. It was just didn't have enough Fields to get there.
Classic
all of my
Ertz
Fields,
game.
Yeah, all of my Fields commit teams. I had 2 of them in the goal line stand, and then one of them in the whatever you call it, the new one that dropped, $7 one,
fullback dive.
Yeah, I had one of them in that. Just didn't have the right pieces in there, but seeing Fields and Komet, it's like that's fun. You know what I mean? Like that. Like I was like, maybe live. No, not at all.
Well, it's interesting because the narrative with Fields is always naked Fields, right? It's don't stack Fields, naked Fields, right? And then in our contest in DFS, it makes a little sense to get super contrarian by stacking him, which is like the inverse of any other quarterback,
right?
But in our contest, when there's only 6 draft slots, I thought it made sense to pair with the tight end. I think it made less sense to pair with anybody else on that team. But I mean, when I just look at this lineup, I'm just like, yeah, 2 cash viable running backs, run back off of that running back with Devontae Adams, right? Run back off of the primary scorer on the Chicago side, off of Tyreek Hill, who could be wide receiver 1, and then just, I guess Zach Ertz is the best tight end on the board. Right? Like it's a good game environment, whatever. And it's just like, I mean, this is a very obtainable, like logical lineup, and it's worth 26,000, right? Like great stuff. And I believe,
yeah.
Sorry,
really
anything to add there?
I just think also like I think Tyreek Hill is like the new Cooper Kupp, right? Where he's just like literally like you just don't even have to think about it. The way like Tua plays, Tua is such a sharp, accurate quarterback. They get the ball out so quick. Like they're obviously way different players, obviously. But as far as like the way that you project these guys, I feel like you just jam Tyreek Hill for like getting you 15 points and maybe he scores. And it's just to me, he just is like one of the safest floors in football right now.
Yeah. Tyler adding in the chat here that he drafted it about 30 minutes before lock yesterday.
That checks out.
I think it really checks out because mine from the DeBomb, I drafted about an hour before lock too, because I think it's when we really kind of dove into like, I think these are the plays this week. Like,
I was in all of my DeBombs were with you, so you probably drafted it in my draft.
Welcome to hell, buddy.
That's probably applicable on like all slates, but this one in particular really felt like the slate really kind of became way more clear as
the week went on.
This one in particular, I'm not sure which decision points really drove that, but to me that it kind of really came into clarity Sunday morning.
Yeah, to be fair, like I think I got a lot wrong this week. Like I was heavy on buying the Cooper Kupp dip, but that Brady backdoor, that Brady double didn't get there. 56 pass attempts, and we just still can't get touchdowns.
It's gonna happen.
So, I might be going back to the well again next week. Like it's crazy.
The thing that
actually
sucks,
they're not on the main slate, but still.
The thing that sucks is it might take like a Byron Leftwich firing for it to happen, and that probably won't happen just because his philosophy is so, like they went run pass so often, and Brady still got to 56 pass attempts. Like that's kind of nuts. Like
it's wild,
Brady doesn't. I don't think Brady looks bad, man. Like we are gonna get the Brady explosion week. You can maybe like lose a bunch of money waiting for it, but I do feel confident it'll happen.
Yeah. Lots of familiar names at the top of the goal line stand this week. I did not play very many of them. The only ones I drafted actually were the ones we did in the what did we do? The Discord hang there. Yeah, but big shouts, Paul. I was inverted up here. Best Ball Vipers always around. Blake finding his way in here. 12 fluid ounces. Always seen him on Twitter.
Yep.
Lots of friends and family in this one. Very similar build to what we saw in the other contest, except for the fact that it's a 12-man. He opted for a thinner run back in Terrence Marshall off the Mixon game, and then Mooney with Fields as a stack. Can't fault there. Can't suggest otherwise there. And then Tunyon just as kind of like the one-off tight end where like tight ends gross this week. Paul, if you're in the chat, when did you draft this one and whatnot? That'd be interesting to note how many total entries and when that one was drafted. Anything to add on this lineup, guys?
You should be thanking Baker Mayfield for coming in and getting that garbage time Terrence Marshall tutty.
That was a moss though. That was a sick.
It was a sick catch
for sure. That was dope.
For sure. But yeah, that team looked absolutely lifeless until Baker Mayfield came in, which is crazy. Not that it looked much better, but at least they were scoring points. So I think Tommy Tremble got home too, which was funny.
He sure did. That's my boy, dude. I love me some Tommy Tremble.
Oh, that's good.
Interesting point. Okay, well, let's see. Paul said would have been Saturday night. So same idea to Sunday morning where he's kind of got all his ducks in a row. He's got all the pieces that he's kind of looking. He's got a better feel of the slate, right? He's touched some grass. Chad bringing up in the chat here that one thing he noticed this week that was there were more players drafted in over 90% of drafts this week than previous weeks. So average in his drafts were about 23 to be drafted in over 90%. And this week it was 90% of drafts saw 27 players. So that's basically playing right into what we were saying about ownership consolidating very densely this week because people were afraid, in quotations, to get thinner with those auxiliary plays, right? Yeah.
That's and I know those are Chad's drafts. I would be curious to know who was like the lowest owned that performed the best. I guess we could probably like figure that out just by thinking about it. But if you have that like probably that positive outlier. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, simple.
Yeah. But I don't know, just interesting to think about because if we think about that going forward, things are just going to get grosser and worse with the bye weeks, right? Like this week we take the Brady game off the slate and you're kind of left with some interesting game environments where it's all going to consolidate around the Bills, the Chiefs. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're still talking about last week.
Sure.
Now I'm pushing into next week, but it's going to be interesting because I think what's going to happen is all the ownership again is going to be densely consolidated around these games, and it's going to be the onus is on us to find the Mixon and Fields of next week, right?
Yeah, I think we have some like big time trap spots this week. Is kind of is my take. I am very interested in some of these. I never look at like the DFS salaries like this early, but I was down so bad. I was like, let's just like look ahead. Let's just look at these DFS matchups. And the DraftKings salaries are tough, but there are some spots that I'm hoping we can take advantage of this upcoming slate. One thing to note is Colts fired Frank Reich this morning. I'm not sure if you saw that in your prep, but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how that can like possibly positively like benefit anyone on the Colts, because it's like Sam Ehlinger is your QB. Deion Jackson got hurt. JT's hurt. Like,
yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but yeah, there's some interesting spots.
Let's take a look at the 3-team shootout one, and it's very interesting to just see that basically the team was the exact same, but because it was a 3-teamer and you had that top end, you could get Josh Allen in it, right? So it became Josh Allen, and then the same 4 pieces were the same, where basically Hill, Adams, and ATN were all getting drafted at almost 100% frequency in these super team drafts. And then it was the one-off Mixon, who's like, he's kind of far down the board, but he's like not even that far down the board to get different in this contest. So nice build. We know Ketchup Stain's a good player. Anything else to add on that lineup, guys?
No, that was fun. I'm curious to see if they'll do this again next week. But it does seem like they're kind of playing around a lot with like contest size and different contests. So it'll be interesting to see come tonight, like what ends up getting released for the main slate.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, because those were a lot of fun to draft. And most importantly, from the company side, they filled fast and they draft fast. So like they're going to be like, and it was a $7 price point instead of $5. Okay, here we go. Keep pumping multiples of those out, something like that. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. They'll be talking about a lot of stuff in the office today about, hey, what's the optimal contest structures for us to drop next week? I actually did not see if there was a little bit of overlay in the BR or if there was overlay in any of the other contests. Did you get a
90%?
90% full
main
in the BR?
Yep.
So that's basically a 1% rake for them then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 91%. Yep.
I thought it was going to get higher than that, like close to the contest locking.
It was filling.
Lobbies were just like snap filling. It was really crazy.
Yeah. This interesting point that Paul brings up, that the super team contest is how you avoid collusion in 3-mans. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. I think it's true in football more so than any other sport, but it's kind of true where it's like, if everyone's building monsters, you can't really pinpoint somebody else's monster as like the super team, right?
Yeah, and that's because there's a lot of games too.
Right.
You know, it's there's way more answers than like than like the Monday night this Monday night Thursday night slate that we have right now, the melee. Kind of really gross.
We'll talk. We'll jump into that one, eh? Anything else to add here? DFSTexas, Dusty up here. I was inverted again. Hope right here. T-Box. Lots of familiar names kicking around in these contests. I don't know. Did you guys draft many of these?
It's good to see
the super team ones.
I got 2 and then it filled. Like I wasn't like paying attention enough, and then all of a sudden I like went back to my phone to like draft, and then boom, filled. I was like, okay, well, never mind. We'll get the 2.
I did 4 of them, and none of them eclipsed 100.
Yeah, it's what I all of a sudden I didn't even know they were like released it, and then I went in the Bad World Discord and I saw your whole like just scroll down, like rant, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay. So my 2 drafts I did, I just scrolled down for the last 2 picks, and I don't
Yeah.
think I scrolled down to Mixon. So that's what did it.
There you go, right? Because like the talent discrepancy and the projectable amount of points that you're giving up by just scrolling down like 10 spots in
It
these
wasn't
contests
anything.
is damn near nothing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And then, but you're getting such a huge discount in ownership from the recreational players.
Yeah,
that
it's the way to play it
instant
for
leverage.
sure.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. If without doing it, it would have been kind of like, okay, like if these, it would have been the same thing. If these take the 6 man, if these players are getting drafted over and over again, just scroll down. Except now it's a 3 man, so it just makes it easier to scroll down.
Yeah. DeBomb, yours truly, and Numi right behind. Numi giving a little bit of a sweat there, but I kind of ran away with this one in the afternoon a little bit.
You had it.
At one point in time, I thought that this second team was going to finish second as well.
I told Nez the reasoning for it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and all of a sudden the touchdown goes from Hopkins to Ertz because of the penalty. And then I'm just like, okay, we just need them to just ram it down their throats. We'll be good. It's like the second play on that drive. They freaking do like a 56-yard pass to Noah Fant to set them up into scoring position. Then they get down even closer with Walker. And then he just punches it in, and those teams jumped ahead. And then I look, and then there's your team, and you have Kyler, Hopkins, like Lockett, someone else, and like Ertz.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, now he's coming back. I'm like, he's going to run 1-2 in this. And luckily they got stopped, and then I got bailed out by garbage time Otten. But it was. I thought the same thing. I'm like, dude, you're going to run 1-2. Just pure out of garbage Kyler. Like it's just
I wasn't watching any of that game. I didn't watch any of the afternoon stuff. So I didn't get that sweat equity. But I don't know. The team that I put in here, I mean, basically everyone's team had this Mixon. Everyone's team had Mixon, Hill, Adams, basically, if you're doing like this, and Fields. And then it was kind of like Ramondre, cash game, viable running back, and then Kyle Pitts I thought was the best tight end on the slate.
I don't think I had Adams or
it didn't even matter.
I think my team was a lot different. I think I had way more outs coming to you. It just they didn't hit in that final like late game. Yeah, it was just totally. I just had Mixon.
You had the Tua Waddle side, then you had Mixon, so you were live all over.
I was trying to get that. I don't know. There was a last play to Waddle that was just kind of batted down, and then otherwise, if he
had a big drop.
And he would have just went. He would have been full. Like it would have been touchdown. Like literally, there was no one there, and I was just like, oh, I saw that later. I'm just like, oh, that sucks. Like that would have been helpful.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, good show, gentlemen. What do you say we just talk about tonight? There are some fun contests tonight.
There are.
Yeah. Obviously, the NBA slate is one of the coolest I've ever seen. 15 games, everybody going, and
so fun to draft.
Staggered 10-minute start intervals between every game.
So it's like 10 or 15. It's crazy.
Yeah, so they could, in theory, all just like you could just watch like the equivalent of Red Zone for NBA tonight of like the last 5 minutes of every game, and then just switch, and then just switch, and then just switch, and you could watch just like the tail end of every contest tonight. Starting
at 6 my time all the way to 9:30. Just every 15 minutes, a new game is tipping off.
Game.
Yeah, it's a good day to trial NBA League Pass, I would say.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, this is if you're saving that 7-day free trial, here you go. I love that. Yeah, it's a good tidbit.
Let's see what James bringing up. If they flatten out pay structure, I could see size dropping slightly as well, since they haven't filled the last few weeks. Expect to see the potential adjusted payouts. Yeah, that's an interesting point to bring up for the large contest. I don't know if that's why there's a slight overlay in it right now. I'm not really sure what the way to fix that is right now, but it might just be lack of volume from players that were putting in volume before, because shit gets in the way, right?
Right. And when you have something like last week happened where it's just like Mixon or bust. I think,
Yeah.
and not that like that was the reason why it didn't fill last week. I think that might make people like a little bitter. You know, like
Okay.
it's never
Yeah.
like super fun when it's just like, hey, like one guy's the answer, as opposed to like last week where multiple guys were like the answer. So it'll be interesting, I think, to see like how this week feels. But I think maybe people will get over it after a couple nights sleep, and they're just like right back into it. But I hope that we keep the same size, and maybe if we want to restructure, knock themselves out. But it would definitely be a bummer. But I don't think they will. I mean,
one thing that's weird about the just to harp on the payout structure thing again, and like, it's results oriented thinking, but like you also have to factor in that like dupes can occur, that it's pretty crazy to go 26 26 26 for this lineup, and then 1 point difference is 5K. Like it's pretty sickening. Like it's like, oh shit. But I mean, such is the nature of these top heavy contests, and I don't know what the perfect payout structure is yet. I don't know. We like to joke about it, we like to clown about it. I don't have the answer yet, so I don't want to just like
I'm going to draft a bunch no matter what.
Make it flatter. I'm going to exactly right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let's talk tonight's contest. I drafted a couple of them when I could not sleep last night. Mixed in a couple at 4 a.m. kind of deal. It is. I think there's a very clear 1-2. I've set some of my own rankings.
Cool.
Like just
my gosh.
when I was doing
Carolina, Atlanta.
Yeah, Carolina, Atlanta, and. I mean, they just had a shootout.
I'm not even gonna touch this game. I don't even know how to. I don't even know where to start. Like, are you? Wow.
Well, let me start because I've drafted a couple here. Basically, the Carolina quarterback, like just insert name, Walker or Mayfield. We don't know who it's going to be.
Could be
yet.
Darnold.
It could be Sam Darnold. That's
he just got activated.
Shout. That's a great shout. It basically makes them all undraftable.
Straight up.
Because you can't risk not getting a quarterback to play. I mean, you could if you wanted to throw like 1 or 2 bullets, but like you're literally just throwing a dart between 3 guys. I have no idea which way I would lean on starting. The fact that they pulled Walker, maybe they just go, hey, like, yeah, you had a rough day. We're going right back to Walker because they already started him over Baker. I don't know. But the Sam Darnold activation is kind of like, no idea. Where do you guys fall?
I mean, you can't take any of them, right? Because like the thing that stinks is like we just saw a shootout with them, and so it's like you can't just like say like they have like no ceiling, like you're even if they do play, like you're shooting yourself in the foot, because it's like, well, we just saw them kind of do it, but the on the contrary, you have Lamar. You have Mariota has like the rushing floor, and he has a good matchup against Carolina. And you have Andy Dalton, who is like not half bad against a Baltimore defense, who just made the trade for Roquan Smith, but also is not like anything super intimidating. And Dalton can get there because they're going to have to throw. So with that being said, like if I'm doing this, it's a full fade of Carolina, and I think that is advocable.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Newbie, where do you come out? Same thing?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, the one thing I will say about Sam Darnold, just the one thing I saw, the tweet was Rap said that they expect him to play some down the stretch. That's part of the evaluation for next season. So depending when the stretch starts, but
yeah. GA bringing up in the chat here. Well, 2 things. Jem saying that it's going to be Baker this week, and then it's going to be Darnold the following week, which is very conceivable. Like short week, maybe you don't thrust Darnold right in there, but he was on the team last year, and they know their quarterback play has been bad. Why not give him a shot? I mean, but then you're also like 2 weeks ago, PJ Walker almost blew the doors off these guys. He put up 35 points. He made maybe the throw of the year against this very same Atlanta team. So like football bro guy is like, well, yeah, of course, we're just going back to PJ Walker. He just had one bad day there, right? GA bringing up this one, that the worst case scenario, and this is my feelings about it, why I don't want to touch it at all, is one of them gets benched at halftime. Insert any other name for Sam Darnold there, and it's one of them gets benched at halftime, and then it's not worth it, right? Yeah.
No, it's so thin. It's so thin.
It kind of feels like, in retrospect, how dumb it was. Well, in some cases you had no choice, but in retrospect, it does kind of feel like, how gross was it? All those teams that you built for the Thursday Sunday that ended up with Malik Willis. Like, I didn't watch any of that game last night, but just like the fact that one team had Hurts, one team had Mahomes, and then the other team had Malik Willis. Like the disparity in the draft slot of those contests was like pretty insane.
He had a couple nice throws where I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, okay, we could get like
Chris
a little
Conley
Malik game.
did not. If Chris Conley could catch, right? That was
Really?
Conley that dropped
And that's
it.
part of it, dude. Right?
I didn't even know Conley was on the Titans.
That's what I'm saying, man. He has nobody. He has absolutely nobody to throw to. The ghost of Robert Woods isn't even doing this dude any favors. So if you're in season-long leagues or you're in best ball and you have Treylon Burks, like, you should probably feel like really excited, I think, because
interesting.
He is it, man. They showed a play. I think it was second down with Malik Willis, right? And it's it's overtime, and he's looking for a guy to throw to. All of his receivers are like blocking their cornerbacks. It is overtime. You have to get a first down. Nobody was like looking for the ball.
And they're all engaged. Yeah,
and it was like a RPO. Like he did pull back from Henry, and they're just like, fuck it, like he's giving it to Henry. I don't know. It was a mix of just really bad stuff. All they had was Derrick Henry going for him, but they gave him a really good game. They gave him a really good game.
Dude, to add on with that, a quote from literally last night when he was asked about what was going through his mind when he was running through his life, avoiding sacks, he literally goes, "I hope someone gets open soon. I can't keep doing this."
Straight up, man. He is playing with
it is a team sport.
Some bums.
Yeah, I miss some throws sometimes. I can't be mad if someone doesn't make a play. We are not perfect. We all make plays. But yeah, he just goes, they need to get open.
That's an interesting little
telling thing about their wide receivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that's an interesting little nugget to hear it straight from the quarterback like that, because I'd be like, oh shit, right? Back to this slate for a minute. I think there's a pretty clear tier gap. I think it's just kind of like Lamar and Kamara is just 1 and 1A on this slate. And then I think if you miss at those quarterbacks, if you miss at Lamar at quarterback, I think you just wait and last round quarterback, whichever one fits your build better. That's kind of all I've been doing. I do think I like CPAT. I think I like CPAT better than like the field does. I think he came right back into an abbreviated version of his previous role, but he just came right in and 50% of snaps, 29% of routes, like stuff like that. Right?
Eased in like my ass,
eased
dude.
in my ass.
He was he was the man for them whenever he was on the field.
Yeah. That's kind of where I've been coming out. I've been less inclined to stack Lamar and Mariota, and if I do, maybe a onesies or sometimes a twosies, but it's like the only time I'm doing that with Lamar is Lamar from the 101 and then Likely and Duvernay fall all the way. But then you kind of get squeezed out a running back, and there's some interesting names to throw out there with running back when you get squeezed out. If other guys go double running back to start, because I think there is kind of like a clear tier here. I have Drake, thrust up more than this. I have Cordero over top of Foreman, but I think there's kind of a tier there. But I'm looking at these two names right here.
For sure.
Yeah, Chuba potentially being back this week. We've seen a more balanced approach with both the running backs when they're both there. Plus, he gets some passing work more so than Foreman. So if they're in a trailing script, which is conceivable because they don't have a quarterback, I kind of like that. And then Justice Hill. Justice Hill, in my mind, would be like, oh, yeah, he's the pass-catching guy, but he hasn't been the pass-catching guy. That's been Kenyon Drake's role. So there's a chance that a week without Gus Bus, they just come out and they just go like, yeah, Justice Hill is our early down work guy, and he's free in these drafts.
Yeah, I mean, they have no other, it's Kenyon Drake and Justice Hill, and they're going to work them both in. Every team does it, especially the Ravens. Like, Justice Hill is going to get work. He's the really nice, like, consolation prize if you want to punt at running back. I think that makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. The one thing I really like your rankings. The one thing that I would say is like I would actually like thrust up Taysom Hill and go
yeah.
and go like 2 tight end a lot of time with like
Good.
because I love Likely, right? Like I think everyone in their dog loves Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
But I would totally do 2 tight end builds and getting Taysom Hill in here because
So how far would you pull him up here?
but after like Drake, like around like the Landry mark.
Right.
So
Okay,
like
sure.
maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
above Landry because I mean we'll see like how good Landry is whenever he comes back. It still might just be the Kamara show, but
Yep.
I am taking a good bit of, or I have a good bit of Landry live in the Sunday night, Monday night contest that's in
Nice.
progress.
Nice. Landry was limited all week, which is more encouraging than the practice reports have been in the past. I do
Right.
think he goes tonight. I think he goes.
I think he does too, man. He's like an Iron Man. Like he typically plays through this type of stuff, and now that he's limited, like they need him too. Like they're kind of they got something going right now. They need him to be on the field.
Yeah. Another question for you guys: is there any other running back in the New Orleans backfield, knowing that, like, I guess it would be like Dwayne Washington? It might be way too far and way too thin. It might be Jordan Howard.
Oh my God, what year is it?
Yeah, right. Exactly. But just throwing out names where it's kind of like, or is it just like Taysom Hill at the goal line if it's not Kamara?
I can't.
I wouldn't go
I can't.
close to that. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
It can't be done.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. Just in terms of like roster construction and stuff like that for this isolated contest, I am pretty fine with just like skinny stacks or like, in these contests, generally speaking, with 2 gamers, I do try to over correlate just because like, we saw it last night with Mahomes. Like the winner in that contest is Mahomes. It's Hardman. It's Goddard at tight end, but it was I can't recall. But it's like there were 3 or 4 Chiefs on that.
Now. Yeah, so it was Mahomes at QB with Derrick Henry, and then he went Juju Mecole, and then Chris Moore for the Texans, if you don't know what team he plays for, and Dallas Goddard. So attainable, super attainable.
Yeah, well, basically that Mahomes Henry. I was looking back at my teams. I had 82 teams in that contest. I went ham on that contest. Yeah, I got slaughtered because I went all in on. Here, I'll bring it up. You can't just bring up the wins, right?
Sure,
I had 83 teams. Oh, this is when they did the flea flicker. I loved this. They did the $100 single.
Rip knew me.
$100 single entry in this one.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun structure, a cool contest that they brought out there. Hope to see more of that in the future for sure. Just like a single bullet like that. But I didn't cash that one. And then this one, if I could bring up my exposures, I took a real exploitative Jalen Hurts stance and went 61% Jalen Hurts. And I paid the price. I paid the price. Yeah, I paid the price because Mahomes outscored him by 15. But hey, this Thursday, Sunday, the payout structure I liked a lot better. I loved the contest. That's why I kind of went all in on it. Like I loved the game. I loved the contest. I loved the new payout structure. So I just kind of went with it. What do you say we just draft a couple for tonight and then we talk a little hoops and call it a day?
Yeah, let's do it. I will say just to like little cope for you there. Like that Chiefs game finishes like 20-17. And if I tell you that like Chiefs versus Titans is a 2017 game, you would do that all over again.
100%. 100%. Yeah,
like it's kind of absurd that like that was that score, and yet Mahomes still gets there. Shout out Texas on the clock in his office, door closed, like in these contests. Salute, brother. Absolute
love that.
Salute.
Jeff Saturday as interim coach. Whoa.
What?
Huh.
Jeff,
door open. Door open.
Okay. So we might get an auto because the boss
Jeff
walked in
Saturday
with a problem.
Is he already on the team? I thought he was still an NFL or an ESPN analyst.
Yeah. I feel like this, Brett, I agree here. Backup running back is Taysom tonight. And I do really like, I was mixing in Taysom as my third tight end or sometimes over Pitts in certain builds. I'm feeling Lamar here. Do you guys like Lamar or Kamara?
No, it's Lamar.
Okay.
Maybe if you're doing a bunch and you're running super hot with the 1-on-1 and then you want to mix it up, but like I think off the rip, like you gotta go Lamar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to see Twitter's takes on this Jeff Saturday interim coach. Like, is this
Dude, he's literally like I see a video from yesterday. Like he's on ESPN all the time. What is going on? Why are the
Jim Irsay was probably on like a cocktail of so many prescriptions, just called up Jeff Saturday in the middle of the night. He's like, what are you doing next week?
Yeah.
I think
looks like he coaches high school football. Wow. Yeah. Who was Manning's not going to come back. Who was the other guy that was good with Manning? Yeah, let's bring that guy back. Yeah.
Jesus H, man. I love Jim Irsay's the man. Salute.
That's great.
Wow.
All right, so CPAC gets ripped in front of us. We kind of have some interesting decisions here. What do you guys feel about Likely tonight? Would he be your tight end one, especially paired with Lamar?
Yeah, he's just like a lot of fun to draft.
He's Mark Andrews light right now, right?
Oh man, he might be Mark Andrews souped up.
He looks
so
okay.
Good.
And then who do you guys like here? Would you lean into the Kenyon Drake? Would you go the Foreman route? Duvernay double stack?
I like Duvernay.
I like Duve, yeah.
Just go like do this. And then
Lamar
if
reaches his ceiling through his pass catchers.
yeah. Famous Mark Garcia quote right there. One thing I'll bring up about the pass catchers tonight is DeMarcus Robinson and James Prochet. They're both basically free. Nobody's really touching them unless they're getting backstacked with Lamar. They both played 60% of snaps last week, and they like both of them. They definitively like both of them. So one of them, in my estimation, is a far better pick than maybe even Drake London tonight. But
it's like a lottery. It's a lottery, but it definitely feels like you're going to need one of them. And Chip bringing up Deshaun Jackson. Yeah, that's
the other one. Deshaun Jackson coming out for 28% of snaps and then just catching that 70-yard bomb that you need.
Oh,
doing his best Quez Watkins impression, or so I thought.
Hey, he caught a ball last week. He caught a ball. Let's go. That's everything we wanted, right?
Yeah, you love to see it.
Just
finally caught one. Now, if Kenyon Drake will be here because Texas can't take another running back. Do you think it's too insane to go full onslaught here?
I don't, man, because we've seen the Saints get like lit up by everybody except like the flu game Adams like for like 3 consecutive weeks. Who's to say that like this game isn't a shootout or like the Ravens just roll? Like this feels concentrated.
Okay. And then I think the conversation is I just think the uncertainty of Landry and the fact that he could turn into a random just means we have to take the talent of Drake London.
On this, that's fine. Like they're both.
Newbie, you agree?
I would probably take Landry for the correlation of the team, but I mean I'm fine with London.
Okay. Well, the thing is, Texas doesn't have a wide receiver yet, but he might end up with Landry there. I think in general, I would agree with you. And I know we said Landry is probably trending in the right direction to play, but I'm also kind of like, there's a chance Landry doesn't play and we light this team on fire by not taking Drake London there. But then there's also a chance that Landry still falls with the Q tag. I don't know. That was my thought process.
Well, wouldn't you just put the next Titan or Saints wide receiver in there? Not that it's great, but but global swap, it's harder to do. Would it be Traquan?
It'd probably be Traquan. Yeah, I mean, or
it's like
Traquan,
Callaway, or like I kind of like Rashid, honestly. I like Rashid.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Shaheed.
Let's mix in Rashid here if he comes. I haven't seen anyone draft him yet.
Last week,
what am I looking
last week before the game, Underhill, if you don't know Nick Underhill, like awesome beat reporter for the Saints, like came out and said that like Shaheed is like in the game plan. They're trying to work him in. I don't see like why that would all of a sudden change unless like Landry comes back and he goes to total irrelevancy, but it's just a pivot.
All right, let's do it. then we still get that correlation we were talking about. The other one we could have gone with there that I wasn't really paying attention is we could have gone mini game correlation on the other side and gone with Terrence Marshall.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it was there, but I'm super cool with mixing that in because I hadn't taken them yet. Let's run one more of these, and then I know we want to talk a little hoops.
I know Chip's gonna boycott the stream if we don't draft some hoops soon, I think. Juwan Johnson. Yeah, they've just got like a bunch of like 5-point guys, I feel like, on the Saints, you know?
Yeah. It's so concentrated around Kamara that like my favorite stack right now is Kamara with Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
I love that.
Yeah. If I go that route.
I think we're going to go ahead.
One thing I'll say to Brett's Juwan Johnson point here is I think Juwan Johnson looked much better before Landry coming back and before Adam Troutman coming back.
Right. It's gonna be interesting. He does add a wrinkle there. Like if he does come back, like he might like suck a little volume away. But what would you say? I think we're gonna draft. I think we're gonna do that Equinox pick'em before we head off. What would you guess Kamara's receiving line would be if you just had to guess?
63.5 yards.
Way off.
Really?
Yeah, it was when I got it this morning, they took it down. But when I had it this morning, it was 36.5.
What? Fuck that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. That's a buy.
So
snap buy.
Yeah. So I took that in the likely fantasy points and just played it safe because I need a dub so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, let's do that. But yeah, I was shocked. But right now it's implied 42. So we'll see what.
I mean, I'd still be hitting that. I don't know.
And when I say it's implied, it's because there is no receiving line right now. It's just like receiving, rushing, and his rushing right now.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird.
Okay, so we're seeing what we normally see here. I like Olave. I mean, I think he's the most talented wide receiver on the slate, so I keep clicking his name. And then I like Cordero Patterson over the other running backs. It's kind of where I've been gravitating. You could twist my arm into doing like an Isaiah Likely correlation here, something like that, and getting a little funky with it. But what do you like?
No, I'm with you. I think Patterson. I think that would probably be like my go-to to start. And I wonder why I'm not seeing. Oh, it's there. I'm blind. It's there. It's 38.5. Thanks, guys.
I think that's an over for sure. Still, I don't know. Like I
think so too, dude.
Insane for saying 63. Like I was like, like 60 something.
Let me see what the blitz has. But I'm with you, man. I thought that was just like a no-brainer. Blitz has him for 48, so not like a huge smash. But
okay.
I mean, it's just like what we've been saying. Like Dalton has just been like peppering this dude with targets.
Yeah,
and he's good.
Paul's in the hoop streets tonight.
Wow, Paul's got some disposable income. I am changing up my process. I will say Robinson gets.
I like this shout.
Oh, wow.
I like this shout. Yeah, you don't even know. Now I do. Now I fucking know. Thank you. Now
you know.
Now I know.
Thank you, Carlos. Good shout. I'll wait till this draft is over. I got a little fun little bit I want to get into about how I'm changing my fortune next week.
All right, I like it.
Just kind of holding my breath on this pick. Okay, so Kyle Pitts, right?
Yeah, I think it sets up for a Mariota team if we do the Pitts route, and then I think we're kind of off Atlanta after that, and then we take Duve as the run back off of Olave. Yeah. I'm with it. I like these to me are just like the clear picks at all of these rounds that we've been picking at. Yeah,
so far.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I feel good about everything that we just did right there.
Yeah. The interesting thing is too, if the guy on the end for whatever reason takes Mariota because he's slightly higher projected at the quarterback, that we do have the back stack of like Olave, Dalton, and then we could conceivably add Taysom Hill to that and be like Taysom Hill's the running touchdowns.
Right. That's kind of like what I'm saying. As a flex, Taysom Hill seems really nice as a flex play this week.
There you go. There's a fresh Nez Nug right there. Taysom Hill flex.
Boom.
Love
Just
it.
do it. Double up. People are a
Dude,
little spooked by the double.
we're gonna stop seeing like all these random celebrities at McDonald's. You're just gonna see a brand new branded Nez Nugs. Like get them now. Like at McDonald's, they're gonna fully come out.
You got the Travis Scott meal. You got the Saweetie meal.
Yeah,
McDonald's should give me my own meal, bro. I am like my points on McDonald's are just insane.
Okay, so Taysom Hill went. We could go Mariota here, or we could go Dalton and make it a double with Landry.
I kind of like the Dalton double, man.
Dalton double.
Okay.
I mean, I love Mariota, right? Like, of course, but just based on how we've drafted this so far, like we've got Duve, we've got Likely, we've got a lot. Like, it really makes sense, I think, to go. We'd be kind of remiss to not go Dalton there.
Yeah, we had Pitts, not Likely, but I don't think it
sorry.
necessarily matters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and with Patterson, we're kind of saying it's his game, and maybe he's more likely to get it on the ground than in the air. Truly.
Yeah. So two on the ground from CPAT and 8 points from Kyle Pitts, and then we get this Dalton side of the shootout.
Yeah, that feels good to me.
Fun little story. All right. Where'd you want to go with this? As you said, you had something to lead us to.
Yeah. So I'm on the schneid right now. I need to get off it, and I'm open to like everything. And my wife is very into like manifesting and just like power of your words. So she's also into like minerals and stuff. So she has a jade ring, and jade rings are I got on right here, and it helps attract good fortune. So, I'm saying all the positive things I need to say, wearing the jade ring. I'm going to draft with the jade ring all week. And if I hit this week, then then the winner circle, it's just the jade ring is in the winner circle. So we're getting a little woo-woo here, woo-woo bros. But I'm just saying, we're drastic times go for practical measures. It's real. It's real.
I like it. That's a pretty Asian thing to go with the jade. Like it's like a pretty good luck charm in like the Asian community kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I used to play poker against this guy that had a big, like, it was like a panther. And it was like sick. This big like diamond panther with like jade eyes.
Oh my
God.
God.
And he would wear it and he would just like shuffle his chips and like wear it with it. It was like $100,000 ring. It was insane.
Shoot, man. I know what I'm doing whenever I win BBM 3.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
That's so badass.
Yeah. Hoops, newbie, you gonna guide me through these murky waters? Do you want me to look at the slate as a whole first, or do you want to just jump in some drafts?
Just jump in, man. I'm telling you, you don't need to look at anything. It's insane. It is absolutely
team is on the slate.
Insane. We can heat check you. Like, what do we think about this guy, that guy? But like, dude, you don't need to look.
Okay.
Look at this.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say that was just funny for Chip. Where
sure.
Did he put it? Yeah, if Lillard plays, it's tonight's my hoops. It's everyone's that's drafting him in the 6th round tonight. So you're not alone. Everyone's drafting him in the 6th round.
6th round, Damian Lillard, dog, and he might go undrafted half the time.
And oh my, he doesn't play. You only get your selection of like every other person on the slate.
Like, oh geez, like I got to swap to Vucevic.
That is one of the later ones. No, okay, it's not. No, it's not. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th game.
It's in Miami. It's in Miami, isn't it?
7th of the 15th. So yeah, it's 7:30. Sorry, 8:30 Eastern time, since that's like the universal code, basically.
Right. Yeah. So it's not the late West Coast game. So your swap
in Miami.
options. Yeah, your swap options are much greater.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and even if they weren't, like the thing with Underdog is like they're ruling them out. like as soon as the underdog notification comes that you get the tweet, it's already on their back end. Like you just refresh. Like refresh.
Good,
If
nice.
that happens to anyone, they're like, oh, like it's taking a second. Literally refresh. Like if you get it happens. Giannis.
Love it.
Giannis. Like it's yeah. I mean, that's just fun to see Luka, Giannis, Jokic all on the slate. Like those three.
That's kind of the tier, right? Like nobody's really reaching above that tier. Like those
Jokic,
three are
I'm not gonna lie, Jokic is kind of a tier below them in today's projections, and maybe just starting in general. If Murray and Porter keep eating into Jokic had this with no Murray, and then at one point, if he did have them, it was like only Murray and Porter at once, and then sometimes with neither. So he was literally everything was running through him. Now Murray has the ball in his hands quite a bit more. Porter has the ball in his hands quite a bit more. It's just right now they're eating a little bit into him, and it's bumping him down to a smidge tier. He's higher than anyone else, but he's just as far this season and then projection wise, he's just a little bit of a tier below them, which is
Chip bringing up that he likes KD over Joke because I guess that's all because of the Kyrie out kind of deal.
Yeah, KD's on one.
Yeah, like everything Numi said. Yeah, and just Kate. And the thing is like people don't like drafting KD in these streets.
Yeah, it's really weird.
They just don't. Like he falls to like the late first, early second quite a bit. Like I saw him go pick 8 in a draft that I was in before we went live, which like blew my mind.
I got 2 players in mind. Right,
it's gonna be really weird if he falls. Nah, Sully 408's got him.
Is Trey a legit? Is Trey a legit Q tag tonight?
I'm not sure what his Q is for.
He played 42 minutes in overtime, literally like 2 nights ago. And he dropped that. Like I projections have him in. Yeah, Saturday overtime. Like he played.
He's got shin splints.
Okay, who do you want here?
I think
6 seconds.
It might be Cat.
Okay.
I will say that. So Numi and I were chatting about this slate a little bit. That has a really high total. I do wonder if that's like a bit of a trap, just because
the Knicks game.
That could be me like not knowing enough ball, but I really feel like that's setting up for a disappointment. Low key, but like everything
they
on paper
don't play that defense that well. Like you would think that the Knicks do, like you said, but I'm pretty sure I looked them up and they're not what you would expect.
Where can I find good NBA pace metrics?
I think so. NBA monster.
Well, Trey's still there if we want him. There's Paul George. There's Embiid.
There's Embiid, which like that feels like a risk worth taking.
Embiid.
Okay.
Embiid is that might be the cheat code of the tonight.
15 game slate, man, and like and we were also the thesis for me with Embiid is he's been out with like an illness, and we've been talking so much about how like illnesses are actually like no joke. Don't take them lightly. It does seem like they're working Embiid back up to like get his conditioning up to be 100%. So if he's playing, he's full bore and he's like ready to go, and they're not going to half-ass
in practice and shoot around if that helps.
No Gobert tonight.
It helps my priors. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point by Chad. I think that.
Newbie suggesting it. So
man, you gotta love it, man. You've got a brand, dude. You've got a brand. Embrace it.
Dude, the bit should have been Numi going off projections because I'm literally just clicking ceiling projections here and Cat's right there.
Well, it's a 2-for-1, baby.
That is a 2-for-1. We need I want this channel to keep blowing up. Like we got to get this to like and subscribe, please. We got to get this higher so that we can get like the custom emotes and like the bits in the chat. There'd be so many good ones, right? Like every time I say something that's like porting DFS knowledge, we could like have something. We could do some poker bullshit. We could do, we're going to definitely have one of Nez's wife, the influencer button, influencer 101, and it's just going to be Nez's wife. Newbie's got the Minnesota.
That is hilarious. That's the thing,
projection,
guys.
Except I don't know anything about hockey.
So like, that's
okay. Who do we like?
You'll get there.
Kristaps.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of into Kristaps as well. Beal is out. and the Hornets
Beal's out.
they play
Ooh.
they play very silly basketball.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, so getting us subs is not just like for our benefit, it's for like you to have fun as well, because like John said, we want those custom emotes. We want you to super chat, because that's always fun, getting your super chats up there. So it's not just for our gain, it's for you guys to have fun as well. So if you want to spread the word so that way we can have more fun in the chat, in the comments, that would be awesome.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
Love it. I mean, it wouldn't be a stream if we didn't draft DeMar DeRozan, right? Who do you guys like here, though? Butler.
Did Zion go? Am I dumb? He went. Okay.
Yeah, I think you did.
I
like the
Drew
top.
Holiday.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Did he get it? He got it.
Even with Giannis, I think it's fine. Even with Giannis. Maybe not. Maybe on the big slate, that's wrong. And now I just realized we had Giannis. That was my preference.
But it's against Atlanta, right? Like the Hawks are the Hawks better at defense than I think, or like no, right? Like that's fine.
DeJounte helps. Like he's a menace, but like no, when you're Trae Young as your point guard, you don't have a good year.
So like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like DeJounte, like he gets steals, but like as an on-ball defender, like he's not like anything like fantastic, right?
Yeah. He's not. No, he's not. Nothing like a slap the floor Marcus Smart type. Get on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not terrible, but yeah, it's
But it's still the Hawks. They play fast.
Levine, I need to check Levine's status. Probable.
Yo, appreciate that, Carlos.
Yeah, man.
One day, man.
Yeah, so this is where it gets absolutely crazy, and I'm not even kidding you. Like you could honestly, this is where I think you can start getting weird with your third round pick. Like you could make your third round pick your normal fifth round pick, and then all of a sudden your fourth, fifth, and sixth are just literally guys that aren't being drafted, but you're not sacrificing anything.
Yeah, there's some big names at the back end here.
Yeah, for real. Like,
Jalen on the bring back, coupled like parlayed with the super.
That's cool.
With the super chat or the super, what is it called? The super slip. Fuck, I can't even remember.
Yeah,
you want to scroll
the special.
The special pickup.
Anyone fallen? Oh wow, this is the funny. Like, I literally just talked about this guy with Nez.
And he goes.
Okay. I think it's Cade. I really think it's Cade. I mean, I think he's gonna
look at these freaking options, man. This is so funny.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious your thoughts, John, and just your game theory, bro. Do you think it would be wise to? I mean, the thing is, you need volume and you need the combos, so it's very hard to, in my mind, just be like, yeah, you need to get off the board. I think in this one, this is where you can do it more efficiently. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, even just doing it with your last pick is considered, but like. It's tough when you get these ADP values and all of a sudden you're scooping them up. It's like, well, now my team's already different. Do I really need to sacrifice that last pick? It just gets you're playing games within the game.
Yeah,
that's at least that's how I think about it. Because I did one with Nez and
did somebody say
no, I've never heard that before. Never.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think this goes by the same game theory as the super team contest, where the disparity of talent that you're giving up in projectable points isn't as extreme, so you can get further and further off the board because you're not sacrificing as much, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think you're fully right about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Hoops is really. I might F around and put a pretty penny on Hoops tonight.
You should. It's so. Don't even think about it as like, you're playing for money. Just think about it, just like how, like, what else you doing on a Monday? Like just draft. It's just fun to draft.
We're just gonna be making some content, drafting on the side. JK, it's gonna be drafting the entire time. There's gonna be no content. It's gonna be like, I want to do it though. Oh.
Yeah, Fred VanVleet and Barnes there late.
Yeah, that you could name.
I'm saying he got Zion in the last there. I think we're going Giannis again, right?
Again. Yeah. Like you could name probably 20 people, and I'd be like, "That's a great last round pick. Yeah, that's a great last round pick. That's a great last round pick. Like that's a good one." Like Yeah, it's really nuts. It's really nuts.
You can like probably like auto this slate and just like hope you get lucky in some lobbies and probably put yourself in position for first.
Yeah. So the thing
Yeah.
about I've done the autos. I dupe myself so many times with these autos because you have to go in there and change your ranks and continually make sure you're not doing it. And I'm like, that's a chore within
Custom
itself.
rank autoing
Might
with
as well just
custom ranks
draft.
is a recipe for like mad dupes.
Oh, did you mean just drafting like the ADP?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Straight up. Just going like off like ADP and autoing and it's really not so much about just like it's really more so getting lucky in a lobby and then that way you don't overthink it when you're drafting and you just like and you're just taking the top value because of the rarity.
Okay.
I'm not advocating like that saying everybody should auto, but if you
Okay,
have the
let's-
bankroll, like shit,
Let's
man.
not do Cat and Embiid again. So who do you guys like?
AD.
Yeah,
Okay.
AD's for sure in play. Our boy T-Box, shadow fan of the show, he took
Yeah.
Paul George like pick 4 in a lobby where I was in with him.
Woo.
And I think
he
it was an accident, but
Oh.
because I didn't see him do it after. But T-Box, if you're there, you can hop in a burner. Just like theorize. Like I think he was doing this. Like we won't judge. Just let us know what the hell you were doing.
All right.
Sure.
Run back for Jan.
Oh wow, you're running so good right now. Who went 2? Luca? No, Luca.
No,
went
we
1.
were two. We were
Yeah, we
two.
were two.
Oh, sorry. The pick position 2. I'm looking at S Flex 3. Sorry, a little rusty.
So we could just in theory pull off for the viewers what we were kind of talking about and just go down that board and just take guys.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I mean, you're really gonna give. I've noticed a lot, maybe on smaller slates, probably not this one, but like you can see a lot of the teams chasing up the board are the same teams, and then within that same like spot for a guy coming, it's like they're all chasing with that one guy, or it's just like one, just one draft different. What if we just went down and said, you know what, screw it, take Dame here. Or
Sure.
Zion. No, we could do Zion. I like Zion,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, let's do Zion.
We could in theory just say screw it, take Dame there, and then just get another guy. I mean,
Is Halliburton gone already?
yeah, he went 20, pick 20.
Now, is there any merit on a 15-game slate like this to just onslaught one game and hope it's like the high total goes to overtime, close game?
I
Not for
don't
more
think
like
so.
not for more than like 3 pieces. I feel like
Which do you guys prefer?
I think we do Dame. I think we just do Dame.
All right.
get crazy. Okay. And in this lobby with all these friends and family, somebody else is going to take it because we keep teasing it.
Yeah, I mean, all those.
In it won't pick. No.
Oh, it'll pick.
It's not your turn. Yeah, it's my turn.
Oh yeah, when it's in the middle of auto picking, that's the worst. It's not your turn to pick, and you just like waiting for your fate. Like, damn
Yeah.
it.
Did the draft just freeze?
Yeah, you broke it, man. So there's no NBA games tomorrow?
No, is it an election night or something?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There's an election tomorrow?
Down here,
what?
yeah, below the border.
It's midterms, yeah.
Yeah, Senate and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. So is there anything tomorrow night? Like any sports?
Yeah, I guess tomorrow. Well, probably hockey. It's not like the All-Star break where that's like the only time where there's no pro sports.
Wait, there's no games.
This is bizarre. It keeps freezing. on me.
College basketball. Do you have it up on your phone?
Yeah, there's hockey.
No.
Big hockey slate. Looks like we're drafting puck tomorrow.
Yes.
Big hockey.
They should. I wonder if they would ever do college hoops draft. They maybe they can't.
Oh no, guys.
I don't think they.
We're screwing up here. What do we got here? Oh, we're on the clock.
I'd like McCollum.
Yeah, sure.
Who was the other name?
I was gonna say Terry. McCollum for sure. I like that.
Okay.
Chip and I are like the resident McCollum stands here. I love McCollum. I take him like I have to take him a couple times a slate if I do.
And that's fine paired with Zion.
I don't. Yeah, I think with the Pacers, they're a team that can easily allow a team to just go.
And that's
go
the
off.
highest total game on the slate. So
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Do the Pelicans just
like
like not play defense? I wouldn't pin them as a team that like would
don't.
allow that. Maybe.
You guys want to run one more here?
Sure. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
I got time for one more.
Yeah, let's do one more and we'll do the pick 'em slip and call it.
Sir, didn't
I'll
Lamar
look
already have his chance at a revenge game? They just played the Raptors, sir, with no Levine.
Oh, that's no good.
Like
So good.
when Vooch has the same ceiling as DeMar, it's kind of like,
Oh shit, Chad sent me stuff and I didn't use it. Chad, I'll use it tomorrow. I'm sorry, I didn't see this.
maybe that's the good point. If we're just overlooking DeMar, is everyone overlooking DeMar? Has people Chip? Have you been drafting him? Have you seen people been taking DeMar? Because that's a point of leverage right there to simply just start scooping him up in periodic drafts. Is just get that leverage if no one's going to be.
We rolled the second pick again, the Influencer 102.
All right, well, maybe we.
Nope.
Schefter just tweeted this. This isn't like news. It's just like a funny tidbit. He said one of the biggest issues that new Colts interim head coach will encounter once he arrives, no one on his staff has called NFL plays before.
Wow.
Imagine if Jeff McDaniels gets beat by a first-time play caller on Sunday. Holy
Oh,
shit.
is that who they're playing?
Yeah.
They're playing. You said Jeff McDaniels. You mean Josh McDaniels?
I meant Josh if I said Jeff.
Yeah.
And Jeff is his evil twin.
Jeff Daniels is the.
Yes. Allows us to take Doncic.
Yeah, now
Appreciate
we
you,
can get a
Chad.
different. Now we can get a different one.
Yeah, that was actually nice of you, Chad. You understand stream equity, and I appreciate you putting that over your own.
For what it's worth,
portfolio.
Giannis is my 101. So like, I would be taking Giannis there.
I'm Team Luka.
Did Kyrie actually threaten to retire? Like, is this real?
What? Where did I see this?
I'm sure he did, dude. It's this situation sucks.
I don't really. Kyrie needs to put.
What in the world?
Did that just come out?
No, I'm just seeing like a graphic from yesterday
Oh,
from like some account that has like 500,000 followers, but I don't know. It might just be a troll job.
Is it from Balls Exports?
No.
That's what I'm looking at, and someone just goes
No.
LMFAO. Like y'all are
Who-
falling for it, but yeah.
Hoop mix only at ESPN, at Complex, at Sports Center. I don't know. It's just some trash ass Twitter site or Twitter handle that's got a bunch of followers, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think I don't know. That Kyrie thing is just crazy, man. Like,
Yeah. So Simon hired Jack Daniels. That's a tweet.
wow.
That's a comment.
Yeah.
I love to see that.
Yeah, you gotta unleash that for the Twitterverse.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, dude, it's ugly. So another thing that I'm seeing here. So Saturday, Jeff Saturday. He was the high school coach, right? We established that.
Yeah.
3 seasons as the coach, they went 20-16. It's not even like he was a good high school coach.
Yo,
He's
Shay, let's
he's their-
go. This is good,
oh
right?
yeah, yes, that's
Yeah.
great. He's literally their former center, and apparently he's been a consultant for the team already.
Okay.
That's
So he's
what
been in the building.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems like
That's just like really bad. That's really
Okay,
bad.
Embiid and Towns go. Should we just take the gamble on Trae Young? Paul George potentially? I'm kind of
Yeah,
off
Young-
Donovan Mitchell now that
Are you?
Trae.
Okay.
I like
that's fine.
Trae.
Trae Young's fun.
I love Trae. Like just
I
as,
love
like, a player,
I
watching
take
him.
Garland and Mitchell all the time. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
it's just they
I think I'm
cannibalize
kinda
each
just-
other, and it's tough.
Yeah.
And at that price, it's just those are the type of guys I keep saying. Like, if you want to have exposure to them, which you're sitting there through 40 drafts like me, it's like I don't have a smaller site, but here it's like there's going to be a lot of guys I'm like I simply don't have exposure to because the guys I have ranked higher are down below and I keep snagging them, I'll probably have to work in Mitchell because I do think like I don't want to be stuck with 0
on this slate. Yeah, you got to take stands on the slate, and I don't think that's a bad stance to take. I'm just really up on the Cavs this year, so
okay.
Yeah, and I will say, my kryptonite, Nez is hedging, and my late night hammers always wanting exposure to that late game. I need it. So now that I just saw it's Cleveland Clippers, and it's the worst total game, I'll probably have the highest percentage of my portfolio to that game. Just so I can sit there and be like, at least I have a late night hammer coming.
Yeah, exactly, right? It always feels like you need it. It always feels like you need it.
If you want a late night hammer, you go with LA, you go with Lakers, Utah, or Golden State, Sacramento. For sure. Which falls in line are we just going to keep getting auto drafters? Oh, no.
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I like that. I like that a lot. There's that late night hammer. Oh,
yeah,
Brooklyn's
I'm thinking of
in
a name
Dallas,
here.
dude. Luka's a kind of a late night hammer as well. What are you thinking?
I can't say it because Chad will take him. Oh, he just took him. I wanted Zion to come back.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been some kind of team, boys. Is there merit to pushing up Maxey, knowing that Harden and Embiid might be out?
I like Maxey.
I like Maxey better when Embiid plays.
Interesting.
I think
do we like Maxey enough to take him right now?
I do. He's I'm all about drafting guys that are fun.
Okay.
Maxey's fun, and the reason I think that Embiid helps him is just because like the gravity that Embiid has on the court is incredibly massive, and he is also like a bit of a playmaker himself as a big. That really helps.
Right there.
That helps.
Yeah.
That helps Tyree. That helps Maxey.
Okay. He's not just your stereotypical big. He's a playmaker, so he legitimately will dish the ball out and make the right plays versus a big in there that's just there to take up space.
You guys are right. I'm having a lot of fun drafting hoops today.
It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun.
Cavs can't guard wings for shit. That's not bad.
That's facts. It's just like
Cavs.
Cavs play the Clippers, and it's the lowest total game. So I know I don't want to put that into, but like lowest total by. I mean, there's a big drop off kind of with the 22 or in the 220s, and then it gets down to these, and I don't like to put that much into it. But if Vegas really thinks it's going to be that big of a discrepancy between the others, like there's going to be 213 total versus a 235. Like I want exposure to the 235 if possible.
I
that's
got
where
you.
more fantasy points come. But maybe that's a flaw. I don't know. It's gonna be fun until the ain't that right? Ain't that right, Chad? It's gonna everyone's gonna be thinking they have these teams, and the next thing you know, it's gonna be like, oh, it's all these guys that I didn't even consider.
I'm thinking of a name right here, boys.
I'm thinking about like a dozen names.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better than my name then. Because I only have one, and I'm taking them. All right,
you're driving this shit, dog.
Let's go. We got to take 6th-round Dame Lillard here.
Insane.
Right? Like we got to.
Yeah.
Even if he gets swapped, whatever. Who gives a shit? He'll turn into Terry Rozier or something. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's Dame.
100%.
Man, these are so fun.
Dude,
you guys aren't kidding.
Yeah. It's my honestly, I've been having a tough time the main slates, but these 2-game slates with crap NFL teams, dude, I'll put some in there. I just have more fun drafting these dailies where it's just like, I don't know, these NBAs, it's like refreshing. I'll even probably do puck more than I'd want to do that. So, like if they're 2 nice teams, it makes it different. I don't know. And there's still, don't get me wrong, there's still money to be won. There's still an edge. I'm not saying that. It's just
another one.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to.
Give me 1 second. I need to. I need a second.
Yeah. These are so fun to just keep clicking over and over again.
Yeah, and Chip is right about Embiid. His usage percentage is it's off the charts. But yeah, he's not assisting and rebounding as much as you would. Just even really being a playmaker as you would expect Embiid to be with Harden off the court. Maxey with a 35.1% usage with Harden off the court and Embiid.
Thanks,
there.
Paul.
So that's just crazy. And that's fun little things you can do. I don't know if this is it might be behind their paywall, might not. I'm not sure. It's just Court IQ on Roto Grinders. There's other websites out there for free. You just basically you run queries of the teams, you get their usage and that everything with people on and off the court. You can kind of do that basically with the Damian Lillard. You take who's gonna be playing and you put Damian Lillard on and off the court, and you can just see who's gonna be like who benefits the most, who has in these minutes. Take the sample size for granted, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's just fun things I like to do to try and get a grasp on basically who benefits more from someone's absence, who, takes a bigger hit from someone's absence coming back. So
I got you there.
Yeah, there's just so much.
We do not have, Chip, we do not have a pennant payout update yet. I don't know what's taking a long time with that one. It's kind of abnormal. Wait and see here. I can reach out tomorrow if we do not have a definitive answer there.
Yeah, dude, I need my fourth place winnings.
Fourth place? Nice. Congrats. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, my team fell off a map by basically the difference makers in those contests were, did you have Christian Javier and did you have Ranger Suarez? And then instead of Jordan Alvarez,
it was Frammer and Javier.
Oh, Frammer, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Ranger, if he would have got another start, I think he would have.
Yeah. Who do we like here?
Dude, Shea just seems really good against Detroit. I'm not gonna lie.
How about that?
For sure, yeah. So Morant's gonna be always a guy that if I want exposure to him, I'll get it. Otherwise, I have a tough time selecting him over these other guys. Just his ceiling and projections, just literally the team around him. He can explode for that game. Yeah. He's just not doing it consistently enough as these other guys.
Fair enough. So maybe I should have taken
And he's playing Boston. No. See, that's what I mean. If you're going to be doing a portfolio, which I think maybe you'll put in maybe a couple at least more than this afterwards. Like, I think it's just good to know, like, there's going to be guys that whatever projection system, whoever you use, whatever, I make a little Excel table and find out people's values. Like, I'm going to be be higher exposed to those guys and lower exposed to the guys that in Underdog's ADP and projection, they have them ranked higher or overvalued in my terms. So I'll have to mix them in because I don't want to be buried. And like, I swear most of my wins have came from, if I just didn't have that one team with that one guy, I didn't have it. So like, that's where it's like, I'm getting less stubborn with being like, I need to make sure that I full fade them. I'll mix them in and I'll kind of do these teams because I've been doing quite a bit of volume, normally 40, 50, but today might be quite a bit more than that. So
nice.
Baby, let's
Love
go.
To see it. Love to see it.
Put them cashes into good use, man. You got some money to blow.
You gotta
offset your taxes.
Yeah, I was talking about exactly. Look at my taxes. Like,
harvesting.
Dude, it's funny because we got fourth. It was a big dupe for fourth, which was sad. Like 5-7 people, but then like we were 1 point away from second. Like, it's just tough. You know what I mean? Just the way of the road. But yeah, I need them pennant winnings coming in. That's gonna help me. Then that might be if they come in today, that might be a full NBA max.
So if I'm just gonna watch one NBA game tonight, like I'm not but you know what, like
I'll find the game on national television.
I mean, like I will mix some in, right? Like I'll be like, I'll turn it on, put it on in the background or something like that. I will flip around. But like if I'm gonna like pinpoint like what's the game tonight or like what's the ESPN game or what's the TNT game,
Clippers, that late night game for you, man. That's 8-1. I mean, not really. The Clippers aren't, but I mean, Cavs are just fun to watch. Really fun to watch. That's why I will say, like, I'm on Nez. Like, I will stand the Cavs. They're fun. Grizzlies Celtics will be good. That's just a good overall game. That'll be fun. Raptors Bulls. Probably fun. I mean, Hawks Bucks. That's probably might be the top one.
Yeah,
Bucks are undefeated.
Hawks Bucks sounds fun. Yeah,
like Bucks are trying to go 10-0. I would say those two. Well, I would say if Embiid plays, even not.
What do you guys like now? Booker, Sabonis, Halliburton. Fox?
That's the highest total game, and then we could we could just F around and go get Zion right now.
Yeah, you want to just jump the shark and grab him?
I think so.
Sure.
And then you can just build out your net because like, dude,
you guys are.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna. We've said it. There's just so many people like down here. Like that's the Terry. Like there's
right.
I don't know. There's so many
Which is
people that I'm
so-
willing
Booker
to play.
scares me.
Booker scares me
because
too.
he projects so poorly all the time, but it's just like, when are we going to get that 60-point fantasy point game from Booker? And it's going to suck. It's going to hurt.
Yeah,
Because I don't take him.
Yeah, I agree. I might say Bucks, Hawks, just because that's going to be, if Trey plays, that's fun. That's a fun.
Oh,
game.
I really like watching the Hawks.
But definitely, I think those. I mean, it's 1A, 1B. Take your pick. Definitely, those are the two marquee games of the slate.
I preferred watching the Hawks before DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Trey Young is a fun player to watch, so I respect that.
he
DeAndre
always had
Hunter,
the
good
ball.
player. Like John Collins, love him. Like, dude, Bogdan's got to be coming back soon, right?
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah. He's got to be soon.
How close is he to coming back? Update on his knee.
Did they give
Taking a
John
cock-
Collins a max? They did, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he got a max like a couple years.
Maybe it
back.
wasn't a max. It was a.
Yeah, or like whatever his.
It wasn't a. It wasn't a
Five-
max. It was
5
a
for
5-year.
125.
Yeah, Trey got
Yeah.
the max, the super max or whatever it was. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it was the super.
Yeah,
max.
I'd give Trey all the money in the world. Trey's the best player in the league.
Trey's fun, dude. Trey is so much fun.
I love watching Trey so much.
Yeah, he's a villain in New York. Like that's why the Madison Square Garden game when he went there, like not even us, but everyone in the betting industry, everyone in DFS was on Trey specifically for like, and then he had like the worst shooting game of his career. Yeah, we could just go and get Garland for Nez for the Nez equity.
Yeah.
Okay. And then do we like Maxey, Lillard, Van Fleet?
I like
someone
Cade,
else?
Bam, Maxey, Lillard, Van Fleet, McCollum, Vucevic, Anunoby.
All right.
I literally like every person.
Pick
here.
one.
I don't know. Nez, you do it.
I was going to say Bam. Do we have any Bam yet?
We don't.
No.
Let's go Bam.
Yeah, you can literally just pick whoever you want at the back end of these, and it's so
You're gonna
fun.
need to. You're gonna need to just track your exposures, however you do it. Make sure you're just getting like, you know what I mean? Like if you're getting a couple combos over at the top, that's fine. Like if you like your Giannis and using Giannis and Towns, like and someone else, if you have those three, just make sure your back ends are just completely different every time. Because like that's a valid way to play it. Like take the stands on the guys, like on those lineups. So yeah, it's going to be very fun tonight. I'm excited.
Yeah, I would say
such a high scoring game, high scoring slate.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited to see the number that's put up.
We might get close to like 400. It's going to be freaking insane. It's going to be insane.
The optimal lineup's going to be like, you're going to need the 3 people that put up 70 plus.
70. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. It's going to be nuts. But like, I will say, if
crazy.
you're going to
need 200, you're going to need 200 points from 3 players to be like, and then you'll be like, okay, I might have a chance.
And now you're winning $18.
You can't have that dud. Yeah, and you cannot have that dud at all. Like your dud needs to be a superstar's like 44, like a 55 percentile game. Like they still need to hit their median and then go a little over. Like
if you have anything less than 40 in your lineup, like you're
toast. There's no chance. You need That's so funny, man. It's gonna be fun. Can you do a 5-1 in this, or how does this work?
You can, yeah. I did pick 3 because, like I said,
is this one? It's not a boost. It's a promo, right? So it's just a free square.
It's a free square. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to do 5? It's a free square. You want to do 5.
Yeah, I might just do all NBA for this one when I do mine.
Okay, pick me some winners, boys. Anybody in the chat, pick me some winners.
I took Likely's fantasy points. I took them higher.
All right, let's do it. Likely 10.5, 10.15.
Yeah,
higher.
Dude, that's
I
easy.
like it.
That's easy.
Okay, then let's pick 2 hoops ones. Chip, give me a hoops one in the chat. Somebody, chat, give me one.
He says it's DeMar's night. He is so in on DeMar.
DeMar?
Yeah, he said the injury report is about as long as a CVS receipt, so we might have to go DeMar. And I like Banchero too.
Are you talking for the
God.
The Bulls have an injury report?
Dude,
that's what Chip said.
Well, Levine's probable for rest.
No, they might not.
He should return. Drummond's
if you
out.
Just type in Bulls.
Yeah.
They might not. It might not be out because they're waiting.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
That they wait. They're just like the books. They won't post lines that are, you know what I mean?
All right.
Let's see here. You want me to get one? Or like I'll just try and find I'm gonna bro science this
Ooh,
one.
what's the Dalton booster? I don't even have the Dalton booster.
You don't have the headband on, do you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, can I put the booster in there too then?
No.
I don't think so.
No, you can't mix and match.
No.
Okay. How do you know how to put the account or something?
Yeah. I can't wait till we get some new ones here.
Yeah. The
Like,
baller band is new. That's not new.
Well, that's because you're a hoops guy
It's
now.
new to you.
Oh no, I had that one a long time ago. I've been a hoops guy since day one.
You know what? Like would be the ultimate flex.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
The ultimate flex is to be a red badge,
Oh.
but you didn't unlock the dash end. You just haven't deposited any more.
Oh,
than
you haven't deposited? Yeah. That's
uh-huh.
Wait,
that was
wait.
ultimate flex.
Whoa. What is the dash end?
That's if you deposit like over $500. If you don't have it, I'm literally logging off.
No,
How
you
do I-
have to. You can't play any volume for less than $500.
I have it. Yeah, I was gonna hope I
Okay.
didn't have it.
Like, how
I
do you-
haven't deposited much into this.
I know.
I know. I'm a fraud in the deposit kingdom. I do not.
Yeah, the snapback Jack. He was supposed to come on, and then we got rained out for the baseball game, and then we haven't linked up
Now
since then.
he's jet setting, man. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's
all
going to
over
the
the
football
place.
game tonight. I bet. Right?
Oh, he's got
Okay, let's add two more to this slip and call it
All
a
right,
show.
I
Old
contributed
John
my
Boy-
picks already, so
Yeah, old John Boy's not feeling great right now. I'm not gonna lie. I sound like shit.
Bro, you sound like absolute hell.
Like it's so bad to talk. Like I'm like
I know, right? I hate whenever like your nasal passages are so stuffed you have to talk and then like take a breath because you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Scary Terry.
Sure.
Terry.
What do you like more? When you type them in, Nez, do you think points or do you think points, rebounds, assists? It's on the screen here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at projections. That was his bro science in it.
No, look at the projections, please, God.
Yeah. I know Terry's projected good. I wasn't specifically looking at like
I'm you know what sucks is
Yeah.
like my galaxy brain really wants to like
Terry,
take his threes. I
points.
don't know why. 3 is a
Three
lot.
threes?
Three.
Take
Let
his-
me see. That might be
take his points.
stupid.
Points.
All right. Go points.
All right, who's our last player?
Austin Jefferson. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another hoops.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
Okay.
not? Do you want to do a Cavs guard? Go see what Mitchell's at.
Let's pick someone that we've
Zion.
picked.
All right, what does Zion have?
Zion looks
27.84 points. What is this? What is Zion's points? Oh,
What about his points, boards, and rebounds?
I got 38.3 for that.
What about Giannis fantasy points? Oh, he
He doesn't have it up there, which is normally a cheat code, I will say.
50
Um,
and a
hit-
half. Holy
52.16 points, rebounds, assists for Giannis. What was his thing?
It's 50 and a half right now.
They have him projected for over.
All right,
Alright.
let's do it. We got Giannis on. We got Giannis on 2 teams. Can't feel anything for less than 100. Let's go.
It's 25 max, bud.
25 back.
What?
You have to
Hey,
feel
look
it.
at my back.
Oh, are you feeling it now?
Oh, I just
John's
wasted
not gonna-
so much time on this for $25.
So much time. We spent 3 minutes.
Dudes will be at a heads up lobby at 4 a.m., but this is wasted time.
You're
Yeah,
such
that's
a,
one. It's like
you're
one
sick.
big line. One
you're
small line.
sick.
Yeah, you sick.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I don't need
All
to play
right.
the games anymore. I've done what I needed to do. I felt everything I've needed to felt. 4 a.m. No, it's just one big line, you know? God damn.
All right, here it is. We got the booster. We got the Kamara over on the receiving yards. I think that's an absolute lock. Isaiah Likely on 10.5 is, or 10.15 is kind of like, it's on the borderline, but I think he's going to ball out tonight, or has the potential to ball out tonight. Giannis is Giannis, and Terry. Terry is the only thing we're sweating here. This is the damn near lock of the century outside of Terry Rozier.
Outside of Terry Rozier. Dude, I don't know. LeBron James ruled out. Wow. Okay.
Whoa, big nugget there.
What the?
That is
Back to the drawing board,
Oh,
boys.
no.
News. Anthony Davis probable.
There you go. All right. Hey, appreciate everyone being here. I'll keep toughing it out if people keep showing up. Yeah, here we go. Hoops, baby. This is what we come to expect, right?
I'll say.
All right.
Do the goods for us all, boys. Do the goods. Help us out.
Yeah.
Get us on the good side of the algo.
Yeah, everybody, we got to play that algo game to get ahead here. Please like, subscribe, follow, retweet, share, join the Discord, talk. Congratulations to everybody that we mentioned previously. Yep. Paul, newbie second place. Nez for showing up. DFSTexas, Tyler, Winner Circle member. Who else was in the Winner Circle this week? Carlos. Man, big shouts to everybody. This has been a lot of fun. Things are going better than we ever could have imagined. Like, let's keep ripping and working together to take down some more of these contests. Anything else to add, gentlemen?
Yeah, if one like equals one get well soon, John. So if you haven't liked, make sure you do that. We need all the T's and P's for our boy.
Yeah, all the T's and P's in the chat, baby. Appreciate everyone being here. And we got some fun shows coming up this week. Hopefully I can get healthy in the next day or two. We are going to have Justin Herzing on Wednesday. We're going to have a double dip on Thursday. 2 shows Thursday, one with Hayden Winks and one with JM to win. And yeah, awesome. That's a big primetime guest coming up. All right. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Thanks for the great stream shouts in the chat. Everybody's favorite time of the show when Tucker goes to the park. The end.